sometimes I just want to smell delicious and sexy and like I'm not doing too much. So today I'm sharing with you some sweet, sexy, and simple fragrances. If you'd like to know more, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So like I said in the intro, today's video will be all about my sweet, sexy, and simple fragrances. I wanted to do this video because I know I like a lot of scents that are not for everybody. I like the spicy things. I like the interesting things. I like the complex fragrances. However, I do feel like there is a time and a place where I just want to smell good. Like I just want to smell sweet. I just want to smell delicious. I just want to smell sexy without doing too much. And so I felt like I should share those fragrances with you all. Now, when I say these fragrances are simple, I don't mean that they are generic, at least not in my opinion. I don't even really like that term when we're talking about fragrances, but you guys know what I mean. I still feel like they are ones that appeal to me and they don't smell like every other fragrance that I've smelled at Macy's. So hopefully that makes sense. So although these are, to me, they're kind of simple fragrances, I don't think they're boring. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna start out with a fragrance that made me really want to do this video. This is a newer fragrance to my collection. I think I hauled it for my birthday. So if you haven't seen that birthday fragrance haul yet, check it out because I got some bangers. But the fragrance I'm referring to is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle Le Parfum Intense. That's a long name, but this smells really, really good. It's super sweet. And all of these fragrances are going to be sweet, as the title would imply, but I think this is one of the sweeter ones that I'm going to show you. But this is so beautiful. So it's sweet. It has vanilla and tonka, I believe. And then it also has a pear note in it, but the pear that is in this fragrance is not a sharp pear. I don't always like pear fragrances because sometimes I find they're sharp and they just kind of irritate me. Sometimes can give me a headache. This one is so smooth. I love it. This is a gorgeous scent. Now, I've only worn this to bed like one time because I just got it. So I know how it smells, but I can't really talk to you about performance or anything. But most of these fragrances I would wear for a date night. So for me, performance as far as longevity does not matter that much because I just need it for the night. So yeah, this is so gorgeous and so sweet. It's one that I can't stop sniffing because I feel like it's really edible smelling. I love it. Fruity, but still with some deepness to it and some sweetness to it. And it's just really gorgeous. I love the way this smells. It's one of those ones that I cannot put down. Like as far as when I spray it on a strip, I have to keep smelling it, as you guys can probably see. So anyway, that is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Parfum Intense. The next fragrance may surprise some of you all, and it kind of surprised me, but I immediately thought of it when I did this video. When I was planning this video, I was thinking that these will be like fall scents. And this fragrance that I'm going to share with you, I typically wear during the summer, but I'm thinking I will be wearing this fall. So this is from Sol de Janeiro. This is Sol Cheirosa 62. And this is the one that smells like Sol de Janeiro's very popular Bum Bum Cream. This is sweet. It has, I think, caramel and pistachio in it. It is, yeah, it's just delicious smelling. This smells like a straight up snack. I love it. The reason that I typically would wear this during the summer is because, I don't know, the ads look like summer, and the way that this sits on the skin, it performs well in the heat, although it is a sweet, kind of dense smell. But I think I will be wearing this in the fall as well because, again, it is really sweet, and I think the caramel in this just makes it feel also very fall appropriate. Now, maybe not winter for me. I think it's a little bit too light for winter. This is not like a heavy projector. This is not super long lasting. It's actually pretty light on the skin, but I definitely think fall especially like for daytime. It's really gorgeous, very sweet, very simple and sexy, but I just feel like really good whenever I wear this. So this is Sol Cheirosa 62 from Sol de Janeiro. So the next fragrance that I have is from House of Sillage, and this is Benevolence. Now again, whenever I think about this fragrance, I kind of think about spring, summer. However, I definitely think it's going to work well in the fall as well. So I think that makes it very versatile. So this smells like orange blossom and marshmallow. It is sweet, it's floral, it's not sharp, it's very smooth, very well blended, very easy to wear, and just a pretty scent. Now this is probably the least sweet on this list. It is sweet, but if you like sweet scents but you don't want them like sugary sweet, then maybe this would be for you, because this is more of a floral sweetness and not a sugary candy type sweetness. So I love this one. This one gets compared to Love Don't Be Shy, and I would agree, it does smell similar to Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. To me, it smells very close to the extreme version. However, this one is definitely lighter, and I definitely think it's easier to pull off because it's lighter and less intense like Love Don't Be Shy can be. So if you've ever smelled Love Don't Be Shy and you thought it was too much, too sweet, too much of anything, then Benevolence may work for you, because it's just done on a quieter level. And I love the Love Don't Be Shy like scent profile. So I'm okay having both. Also, this was sent to me, if I didn't mention that earlier. House of Sillage sent me this a few months ago. But I'm okay having both of them because I love that scent profile. But you probably don't need both of them, especially if you have Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. They are pretty similar, but again, this one to me is easier to wear, and I think it's more simple, which is why it ended up in this video. So this is Benevolence from House of Sillage. The next fragrance that I have is from Kayali, and this is Vanilla 28. Now this is a vanilla and brown sugar delicious smelling fragrance. I love the smell of this. I also like to use this to layer, but I do like to wear it by itself, especially to bed. I think this is a very like yummy scent, but it still smells sexy. I find that some gourmands, if they're too literal, they don't necessarily smell sexy to me. They're more like, I enjoy wearing them for me, but I don't necessarily think they're sexy. This to me is very sugary and sweet, but I still think there's something very sexy about this. It's really nice, y'all. This is really nice. There is a little bit of spice in this, but overall, I think this is still a pretty simple fragrance, and it's just done very well. Now, this is not great on projection. It's not great on longevity, but to me, on my skin, it's not horrible either. I've heard some people say that it doesn't last on them at all, but I have not experienced that. I do have a Kayali video that I talk more about this fragrance in. I will link it for you guys, but I love this scent. It's so intoxicating, the smell. It is gorgeous. So yes, that is Kayali Vanilla 28. So the next fragrance is an oldie but a goodie. This is from Dior, and this is Hypnotic Poison. So this is one of my favorite scents for like Netflix and chill, stay at home dates. It is so good. This is a sweet almond root beer type scent. Now, if we're talking about simpleness, I think this is the most complex scent that I have here, but it's still, to me, a pretty simple scent. I think most people would smell this and think it smells amazing and delicious and sexy. I don't think that anybody smelling this would say it smelled horrible, even if it's not really your cup of tea. So yeah, I love this. And to me, this is like soft sexiness. This is me not trying too hard, but I'm still doing it. Like, this is amazing. Love it. This is not a beast mode projector. It kind of sits close to the skin, but I'm good with that. And I think if you're wearing this on like a date night or something, that's absolutely perfect. So yeah, again, this is an easy reach for me because it just smells so freaking good, and I love it. So yeah, that is Dior Hypnotic Poison. By the way, I have the Eau de Toilette version. I don't think I've ever smelled the Eau de Parfum version, but the Eau de Toilette is the more popular version. The next fragrance is one of my favorites, and it's one that I feel like I reach for a lot. This is Dolce & Gabbana The Only One. So this, I feel like I've recommended this fragrance a lot. I wear it quite often when I just want to smell sweet and sexy. This is caramel or praline, and I believe there may be a coffee note in this, but this does not smell like a coffee fragrance. This often gets compared to YSL Black Opium. I don't own Black Opium anymore, but I wore that fragrance for years, and they are similar, but to me, this one is better. So this one to me is sweet, and just, it has a sparkling nature to it that makes it feel very light on the skin, but it's still very addictive smelling. And I feel like I've recommended this to so many people, like people in real life and people on the internet, when when they ask me about like a sweet fragrance, easy to wear, this is one of my go-tos. So I love this. It's gorgeous. If you have not smelled this and you like sweet fragrances, what are you doing? Go smell it. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just really, really delicious smelling. So that is Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. So the last fragrance I have, I actually saved for last because it's kind of an honorable mention, but not really. I think it deserves to be on this list. However, I believe this fragrance is discontinued, and last time I looked for it, I couldn't find it online anywhere. Typically, I don't like to share discontinued fragrances with you all because if you want to buy them, you can't really, but I felt like I wanted to put in this video, and I know a lot of you guys own this. So this is from Guerlain, and this is Gourmand Coquin. So this to me is like the perfect raspberry chocolate scent. And I know raspberry chocolate may not sound simple, but when you smell this, it's so well blended that I think it smells very simple. It's very likable as long as you like chocolate. Now, I know a lot of people don't like chocolate and fragrances, but for me, I do like chocolate and fragrances, and this one is like the best chocolate I've ever smelled. It smells like a sweet dessert. I have talked about this, I think last fall and winter. I think I've done a couple videos featuring this, but to me, this is just so sexy without doing too much, even though you are doing something. Like, I love it. It's delicious smelling. And the fruit in this just helps to keep it from not smelling too juvenile. I think with a lot of people that don't like chocolate fragrances, it's because chocolate to me can easily smell cheap or juvenile if it's not done in a very like elevated way. So although, like I said, this is a simple smelling fragrance, I can obviously tell by smelling this that this is a high quality fragrance because the chocolate in this is just so, it's so good. It's so delicious smelling without smelling cheap, juvenile, or like cocoa powder or whatever. This is so good. So yes, I did want to mention this because this is one of my go-to scents when I just want to smell sweet and sexy. So yeah, even though it's not available, if I find a bottle or whatever online, I'll link it, but don't get your hopes up. I haven't been able to find this recently, but it's still amazing. So that is Gourmand Coquin from Guerlain. So those were my sweet, sexy, and simple fragrances that I wanted to share with you guys today. In the comments below, I would love for you to leave a fragrance that you turn to when you just want something simple, sweet, and sexy. Let us know down below because I feel like complex fragrances get all the love on YouTube, and I love them too. But there is a time and a place for something sweet, sexy, and simple. So let us know down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure those notification bells are on so that you don't miss a video from me. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that now. I always like to share sneak peeks of videos and new fragrances that I picked up, and also just a bit of my personal life over there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.